You know, a lot of people say getting older sucks, but honestly, they're doing it wrong. If you're over 50 or even over 40 and you feel like life is just on the downward slide, then it's time for a shift. I've been there, feeling stuck, overwhelmed, and frustrated with the way things were going. But I realized something very important. We actually have more control over our lives and our happiness than we give ourselves credit for. In today's video, I'm giving you 10 things I quit that have really simplified my life. Letting go of these habits has brought me more energy, more joy, and believe it or not, more excitement for the future. If you're ready to ditch the stress and start truly living, just keep watching. And I'm saving my top tip for last. Number 10 is I quit so much online buying. There was a moment when this was new. You remember we used to have to go to the store and try clothes on and spend hours trying to figure out what fits. Well, with online shopping, I love the thrill of following influencers who tell me I must get this. My life will be changed with this clothes or this gadget. And then I would order and track the shipments and wait for Amazon to get here. And then I noticed there was kind of a letdown after I got that package off the doorstep. I was like, do I really need this? And then there's just seems to be more clutter in my house, more gadgets I didn't really need. They didn't really fulfill that promise. And the clothing in my closet just got to be kind of overwhelming instead of fun. And so I had to put into place. Initially, could add things to my cart, but I had to wait 24, 48 hours before I bought. This stopped a lot of purchases. And then in this last month, I kind of put a hold on online shopping. And I want to be more intentional with what I want to buy. So instead of following those influencers, I've kind of had to silence them on my feed, on Instagram, and here on YouTube, and start really asking myself, what do I really want and need? And that has helped me stop spending too much money on things I don't need, stop worrying about tracking numbers because nothing's coming to my house, and then I can focus on the things that actually make me happy. So I encourage you to evaluate your own online shopping habits. So number 9, I quit watching the news. I know, big revelation here, but during the pandemic, I just noticed all the doom and gloom that was projected into my living room just kept making me feel smaller and smaller, more helpless in that constant fight or flight mode. And it really hasn't gotten any better. No matter what channel you watch, they're always talking about the bad guys and how your life is going to be horrible if you vote for these people or you follow these people. And I just had to take a step back and really think of what is actually within my control. I like to read my Bible for motivation. I like to really focus in on my community and my daily choices. When I focus on what's within my control, I feel more powerful and less helpless. That has been a lot of stress lifted off my shoulders. Yes, I still am going to hear about current events from plenty of people, but I don't have to watch it daily in my living room and feel that constant stress. So I encourage you to address the emotional impact of your TV news watching. Is it really serving you, or is it time for a change? After you've watched this video, I'd love for you to tell me in the comments what you would add to this list. As Gen X women, we've been taught the lie that our value and our worth is tied up in our accomplishments and our productivity. So this has led me to a lifetime of making long to-do lists. I'm even guilty of putting something on the list that I've already done to feel that accomplishment of checking things off. I felt important enough when I was getting things done. We joke in our family that this habit also trickled down to my daughters. My oldest daughter, before she could write her letters, she was scribbling on a piece of paper, making lists like her mama. She did turn out to be an event planner, so I don't think it was all that bad. But these endless lists are giving us overwhelm and burnout. So what I do love a paper planner. I love the pen to the paper feeling. I plan my top 3 things for the day. That's my to-do list, 3 things. And if you're saying, I could never reduce it to 3, I want you to really evaluate your to-do list. Could you delegate some of those things? Do some of those things actually really need to get done? Or are they just fluff on your to-do list? And then could they be shifted to a different day so you can still have your top 3, still be making progress? Now, these 3 things are not giant things that you could never get done in a day. They're 3 actionable, like maybe less than an hour tasks that you need to get done. And when you narrow down to that, you can really feel like there's a sense of accomplishment when you get them done. You're still being productive, but there's also time for breaks in your day. And when you reduce that list, not only are you reducing the overwhelm, but you're also leaving space to put yourself back on that list. Number 7, I quit staying up too late watching a TV show. Now with DVRs and on-demand and streaming services, there's no reason I can stop in the middle of an episode and pick it up tomorrow. I know that prioritizing my sleep makes me feel so much better the next day and really is better for my long-term health. So, what are you staying up too late doing? Does that need to change? Can you shift it to earlier in the day so you can really prioritize your sleep and well-being? Number 6, I stopped trying to fit in with unhealthy choices. I've learned over the years what foods and drinks actually make me feel good and what don't. This has been a hard one to kind of make peace with, but I don't really drink alcohol that much anymore. I used to feel a lot of pressure to get the cute cocktail at ladies' night, or a lot of people unwind with wine, but honestly, it's never helped me feel less stressed. I don't sleep good that night, and then the next day I feel kind of grouchy. So I've had to make peace with being the one that orders the club soda at the wedding, or not getting that wine when everyone else is drinking, because I know what serves me. Yes, occasionally I will get a drink here or there, but it's not the norm, and I'm okay not fitting in. Another thing, lots of fast foods like Chick-fil-A. I don't eat there anymore because nothing on the menu really is that appealing to me, because I know it doesn't make me feel good later. I'm also probably not going to be the one with the pumpkin spice latte. All those artificial flavors and the extra sugar really just doesn't work for me. I like my coffee black, either iced or hot, sometimes with a little almond milk, but that's as fancy as I get. And I'm okay with that. I know what works for me, and I've quit worrying about what other people think about my choices. Number 5, I had to quit thinking of my workout as a chore, as something I have to do. As we've watched my parents age and other relatives, I started to realize that really working out is a privilege. Getting stronger, keeping that mobility is really the cheat code for aging better. And so I had to shift my mind on that. Working out was not something I just checked the box and then the rest of the day I could just be sedentary. I have to keep moving throughout the day. I have to keep working on my strength training and my mobility if I want to continue to have fun as I age. If exercising and working out is still a dreaded chore, I challenge you to shift your mindset on that. If you're not fighting for that strength and mobility, you're going to start to lose it. And when you have that strength and stamina, life gets a whole lot more fun. If you're still having trouble motivating yourself to start exercising, I have the perfect video for you. I'll link it in the caption, but I give you easy ways to get started and sneak it throughout your day that doesn't require a gym or a whole lot of extra time. Number 4, I've quit the complicated meal plans and recipes. When I was a newly married, a young mom, and then raising our girls, I love to look through cookbooks and Pinterest and get casseroles and all these different meal ideas. But now as an empty nester, we have really simplified our eating. I plan basic sheet pan meals a lot of the time that take very little time to get in the oven. I'll pick a protein, some kind of vegetable, and maybe a carb. And that's it. We have a lot of those on repeat. I also usually each Sunday prep my breakfast and lunch for the week and have the same thing every day. I can get boring on that and spice it up a little at dinner time. But I don't have these giant elaborate recipes and meal plans, and that has saved me so much grocery shopping lists, so much time cooking in the kitchen, and it's allowed me to have more time for me. So the good news is, if you've never been a good cook or you're just tired of cooking, you can simplify your meal plans so that they're a no-brainer to eat at home. Number 3, I quit thinking that I had to earn my rest. Sound familiar? We as moms and women are just constantly taking care of everyone else, and we put ourselves kind of on the back burner. But I noticed that I was getting burned out and I needed rest, and it kind of goes along with that long to-do list. I allow myself those breaks. If I want to just sit cuddled up and reading a book or watch something on YouTube or just take a little bit of a power nap, it's okay. I don't have to earn it, and I'm not being lazy or anything like that when I do it. So I challenge you, if you feel like you don't deserve that rest or that walk around the block to just kind of get your head straight, remember, you are worth that time. You deserve to be on that to-do list just like everything else and everyone else. And number two, that is so freeing when you can actually do it, I've quit worrying about constantly people pleasing. When someone asks me to do something and it's not like, oh yes, I want to do this, then it's a no. I spend my time and energy with the things that I really get fired up for. I no longer worry about pleasing everyone else by over volunteering or over committing. I know this probably is a common problem with a lot of us, so just think about how you can say no more often so you can say yes to yourself. And now for number one, I have quit dreading getting older. I know I'm taking good care of myself by having good self-care, prioritizing that sleep, continue to tweak my diet to make sure I'm fueling it for long-term health, and I'm exercising like my life and my fun depends on it, because it does. And so when I take care of myself and fuel my body the right way, it's fueling my fun in the future. I'm excited to take vacations. I'm excited to one day be an active grandparent. I'm excited for learning new things. I am excited because I'm taking good care of myself. I've quit a lot of these habits that weren't serving me. I'm making more room in my life for joy and excitement. So if you're not there yet, what little step can you take? What do you need to quit to make more room for that excitement and joy in your life? How can you simplify things to make more time for you? I highly encourage it, because getting older doesn't have to suck if you take good care of yourself and get rid of the stuff that's holding you back. If menopause has got you down and that extra weight is really frustrating you, then you'll want to watch this video where I give you 5 habits that you need to quit to make that weight loss easier.